In ancient Greece, the goddess Aphrodite was known as the goddess of love and beauty. She was always accompanied by her entourage of Erotes, or winged gods of love and sexual intercourse. Amongst them were Anteros, Hetelogos, Hermaphroditus, Himeros, Hymenaeos, and Pothos. Interestingly, Eros, the god of love, had a more complex mythology than the other Erotes. During the Hellenistic period, the Erotes became popular in art and were often depicted as winged figures. Roman art later depicted them as cupids, and combinations of cupids and psyches. In Western art, they were represented by figures such as cupids, amorini, or amoretti. As time went on, the line distinguishing the Erotes and their associated cupid counterparts became increasingly blurred. Regardless, the Erotes remained an integral part of Aphrodite's entourage and an enduring symbol of love in ancient mythology. Once upon a time in ancient Greece, a group of winged gods known as the Erotes were associated with love and sexual desire. They were also a part of Aphrodite's retinue and were sometimes linked to particular aspects of same-sex desire. Each Erote represented different aspects of love or desire, such as unrequited love, mutual love, or longing. During the Hellenistic culture, stories of the Erotes' mischief or pranks were a popular theme in the 2nd century BCE. People even used spells to attract or repel Erotes to induce love or the opposite. In sculptures from the ancient Greek theaters created in the 2nd century BCE, Erotes were depicted as nude, handsome, winged youths driving chariots pulled by goats. This representation of Erotes became so common that they were even featured in hunting scenes. Despite being purely symbolic at times, the Erotes may also be portrayed as individual characters due to their role in the classical mythological pantheon. Moreover, the presence of Erotes in otherwise non-sexual images, such as two women, has been interpreted to indicate a homoerotic subtext. In the cult of Aphrodite in Anatolia, iconographic images of 3 Erotes together with the goddess symbolized the 3 realms, earth, sky, and water, over which she had dominion. The Erotes were also known to play various roles in love affairs between gods and mortals, making them intriguing and fascinating characters in Greek mythology. Anteros was a god of great importance to the ancient Greeks. He was considered the god of requited love, known for punishing those who scorned the advances of others while acting as the avenger of unrequited love. His parents were Ares, the god of war, and Aphrodite, the goddess of love. As a child, he was given to his brother Eros as a playmate because Eros was lonely. The two were often depicted as inseparable, and their likeness so similar that it was difficult to distinguish between them. In another version of his origin story, Anteros was said to have arisen from mutual feelings between Poseidon and Nereides, a sea nymph. Regardless of his origin story, Anteros was always depicted as a powerful god, armed with either a golden club or arrows made of lead. One of the most unique aspects of Anteros was his appearance. Similar to Eros in almost every way, he was sometimes portrayed with longer hair and butterfly wings. These details added to his charm and made him stand out amongst the other gods. Today, Anteros is not as well known as some of his counterparts in Greek mythology, but his legacy lives on in the hearts of those who celebrate the power and beauty of requited love. Eros, the primordial god of love and fertility, was a fascinating figure in Greek mythology. As the original god of intercourse, he was revered by the ancient Greeks and was known by his Roman counterpart, Cupid. But it wasn't just love and sex that Eros was associated with. In later myths, he was recognized as one of the Erotes, the winged gods of love and desire. He was also believed to be the son of Aphrodite and Ares, 2 powerful deities in Greek mythology. What's more, Eros had a surprising association with athleticism. Statues of him were erected in gymnasia, and he was known to protect homosexual love between men. This was a unique characteristic in Greek mythology, as homosexuality was largely accepted in ancient Greece. Eros was often portrayed in art and literature carrying a lyre or a bow and arrow. He was believed to be the source of powerful emotions, including love, infatuation, and sexual desire. He was also often accompanied by dolphins, flutes, roosters, roses, and torches, all symbols of his domain. Overall, Eros was a complex and fascinating character in Greek mythology, with a rich history and intriguing associations.
Do you want to explore more Greek mythology stories? Who do you want to see featured next? Subscribe and leave a comment below to let me know. I'll see you in the next video.